It's pretty easy, especially in construction, I would say, to get into unmanageable debt.
Yeah, and I saw a lot of people in my community do that. They came in hard and fast, and they had this beautiful fleet, and all the veterans were going, I don't know how he's doing it. I can't figure that out. And I was fortunate. I had a lot of mentors in my community. I probably talked to almost every excavator in our county, and they would all say the same things. And a lot of times it's smoke and mirrors. It's rare that somebody can come in with very little experience and take on all that debt and have it work out. We were fortunate, but here's the tough part of it is I actually sometimes let fear drive my decision making. So my fear of debt, my fear of a downturn, and this is 20 years into my career. This is like 20, 21, 22. We'd paid down our debt to almost nothing, but then our maintenance costs went from 3% of sales to almost 10% of our sales. So that's like the hard dollars that you spend on the repair, but what you don't factor in is the nuisance of having to deal with that problem of the breakdown every day. So we had actually let our fleet age, I feel, a little too much out of fear and did not leverage good debt properly. So like this year, I had to go out and buy 2 dozers, 200 excavator, 3 GPS systems. But that was because I spent 2 of the previous years being conservative on debt, but then overpaying in repairs and the nuisance of breakdowns.
That's a interesting approach the last couple of years because it's almost opposite of what a lot of people did. And I find that really interesting because I look at I look at ourselves and go, okay, we leveraged a lot of good debt and had a higher overhead, but there was so much work going on. And I look at kind of what you just said, and like I can only imagine the money that possibly the business would have been able to keep away, like liquid to or keep some liquid cash in the business over those years when it was so busy, and you could get your profit margins higher, and being able to have that buying power that you do now at a time when now the dealerships actually are stopping at the offices and they're trying to sell the stuff, because during COVID it was like, oh, you want a 325? Good luck with that. Like I remember it was just the craziest thing. It was like you were trying to sell the salesman on why you should get a machine first. But now that things have quieted down and the buying power is back to the business owners, I feel like you put yourself in a really smart and good position.
Here's the thing is I think that we're calculated and we think, but we also just sometimes have good luck. I say this, and I'm not proud of it. It's my weakness as a leader. Is sometimes I let the fears stand in the way of the progress. But it also has served me well because in '08, I was able to weather that storm. I started in 2000, and I remember like 9/11, all my builders canceling basement digs like the day afterwards. So I'm always trying to balance that risk reward. And again, I think it goes back to I just know who I am, and I really have to go home and be able to sleep at night.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like my father in our business, he is much like yourself, and that's how he operated the business. That's how he ran.